Here in Australia, this is the major imbalance in the economy. You can see the population growth is surging on the back of immigration. This is from the ABS labour force numbers. It will start to slow down again, although we've got to actually see what happens with immigration because it seems to be coming through thick and fast. And why wouldn't you want to come here with the queues long? And what we've got is a massive excess demand for labour. This is job vacancies. The job ads numbers that are coming out aren't falling that much. They're very high. And what that means is that as people come in, they get jobs. And that's what we saw up until the figure we got yesterday, where we actually saw a decline in employment. I'd be careful about reading any one monthly number. They're very volatile month to month.
I mean, just on that, I mean, would you be bullish on the construction sector? I mean, we need to build all these, or places for these people that are coming into the country to live, and yet we're seeing collapses in residential builders. So.
Yeah, well, the stress in the building side is now, so I think, sort of pretty much worked its way through. Even though you're hearing names going under to this day. The process of the fixed price contracting seems to have, should be out of the system now, and we're sort of having to rebirth and reconfigure companies and all that sort of thing. But I think the worst is behind us. New contracts are being reset at new cost bases, and construction costs are now starting to ease back. So not actually fall much. You're getting some inputs falling. And of course, what we saw, we had a big lift in immigration in 2006 to 2008 that stuck. Every year we increased, the number of people coming in increased by a lot, about 80 to 100,000, and then we stayed there. And that led to eventually an East Coast apartment building boom. And that's how we housed all this extra population in the last 10 years. And that was only after a period of undersupply in sort of 2011 to 2014, 15, which pushed prices up. And then all that construction came through. And of course, the pandemic was the great head fake, where we thought we were going to have less population and less demand for housing because the borders were closed. But that just didn't happen. Headship rates fell. More people had jobs. And then, of course, now the borders are open. So we've got to build a lot of houses, and whether Albo and the crew throw extra money at state governments to free up land, the reality is we're going to have to see another East Coast apartment building boom. That's just a reality, and that's going to be a major economic force in Australia in the next 4 or 5 years. The question is whether it gets going in the next 12 months or the next 24 months. But it'll happen eventually. It's just how quickly we can do it and what pressure and pain is brought into the housing sector in the meantime, particularly the rental markets.